My name's Karl. I'm the project manager for the garden escape. When we undertake a project like this, we tend to arrive on the first day, introduce ourselves to the customer. We generally have the lorry with us at that point, with all the components on there. We'll assess the site. If it's through the house, as this one's been, we'll sheet all the house and protect it, just so there's no damage at all done. And then we'll unload the components. We'll get it all in the garden, and then we'll set it out with the customer, make sure they're completely happy with the positioning of the building. Then we'll start digging the foundations. Security is something that customers will be sort of anxious about us coming on site. We'll have access to the house generally and to the garden. Sometimes we don't need to have direct access to the house unless we need to do the electrical connection. Sometimes that is the only access to the garden, so on that first day we need to strike up a rapport and earn some trust from the customer. And sometimes there's someone going to be available to let us in or out, or sometimes we need to have the trust of the client to leave keys with us. Myself and the boys, we're a trustworthy bunch, and I think that comes across on the first day generally, so we've never had any issues with any security problems or anything like that. For an average domestic build of this sort of size, sort of 3 by 5 metres, 15 metres internal, we tend to be on site for 10 days, 10 working days in total. That's from start to finish. The team, I think we all work so well together, and we get a lot of good feedback at the end of a job of how good the lads all work together and how they communicate with the customers and whatnot. I think what comes across when we are on site is that we're not just illiterate, hairy builders. We don't walk around swearing and whatnot. I myself, I've actually got an English degree. I trained as a teacher. The guy you see behind me, he's got a law degree actually. So none of us, we all look at each other sometimes and say, how did this happen? But no, we're all very happy, and we love the build, and you get a real sense of achievement when you hand it over to a delighted customer. Yeah, it's a good feeling of satisfaction when you achieve that. So that's why I'm here. I think it's nice for the customers to know that we all do get on. We don't just get local contractors to come in. Everyone who works on the garden escape is sort of a garden escape employee, so to speak. They go from build to build, so they know the job inside and out. They're not just a local subcontractor who may not know the job so well, and that's when sometimes problems arise in a build. If a customer was to come to us sort of day 2, as you can see at this sort of stage, it's hard to visualise a building on a page, and maybe they bought the building a couple of months ago. If something leaps out of them that they're not quite happy with, or they get a sudden piece of inspiration that they want something slightly different, what we offer is a bespoke service. So at any point they can come and talk to me, and if we can achieve what they want, then we'll do our utmost to do that. So no one needs to worry that maybe it's not what they asked for, but they need to keep quiet. We're offering them the service, it's their building, so whatever they ask for, we'll do our utmost to achieve that for them. Right, as you can see now, the build's finished. The build team have all left site. I've come today just to check that everything's up to standard, everything's completely finished, the customers are happy. I've had a general walk round, everything seems up to scratch, windows, doors, everything's operating perfectly fine. Customers are very happy, so I can now hand over the building and they can move in. Even though the building's finished, it's by no means the end of our relationship with the customer. We're only a phone call away. We offer a range of different services after the build's finished, so we endeavour to keep a close relationship, and we're there for whatever needs they have.
Is this how it's supposed to be?